Okay, so we're starting off and we've got the grading criteria of, does anybody remember the grading criteria? What's the grading criteria? Out of 10? That doesn't sound right. Okay, so we needed to fill up the whole page and we needed to center it. And we also needed to be consistent with our letters. So one of the things I'm going to do right now, since I want to center this, let's find the center point of my paper. And I'm just going to do this very, very softly, like about as soft as I can with this pencil. I'm not even sure you're going to be able to see that on the camera. Can you see that on the camera? You can, very gently? Okay, so I got my center line down this middle part, and then I'm going to make how tall I want my letters, right? And I am going to do, so can we see those lines on there? Oh my gosh, just ever so barely though, right? So I can see them here, and then I can see my center lines here. My baseline is here, which all my letters are going to rest on my baseline. And then my top line is how tall all of my letters are going to be, right? So now the next thing I got to do is I got to figure out, and I think I'm going to use the color pencils and see if that works out better. I'm going to try this orange and see how soft I can write with the orange. And I'm not worried about these lines being here because basically I'm going to go through and I'm going to get the whole background of my paper together and I'm going to end up covering over those. So if we are looking at, I'm going to do Jade's name. How many letters has Jade got in her name? 4, right? Yeah. So we're going to take and we're going to have to have two letters on this side, 2 letters on that side. Now, too, if we want to get really weird about, or like really anal retentive about this, or OCD, or whatever you want to call it, since I know I have 4 letters, I can also block off my 4s here, too, right? Oh, you can see that orange a little bit better. So right now, I have just made 4 spots for myself on this page, right? So I know I will fill up my page at that time. So this is my top line, this is my baseline. I know that I want my letters to fall inside of this. And we can start with the center because I know that's where I need to end. So I got my D fits in this box right here, right? My A is going to go right here. And since I have made those boxes, oh, I am losing focus on that when I put my hand in front of it. All right, and then my J is going to go right here. And my E is going to go right here, right? So I have my letters laid out very, very softly. How do I make this stop, like, losing focus? That's not good when I'm trying to write. So I got my letters all laid out, right? And then, do you know what color Jade is? Jade is a green stone. Did you know that? So I'm going to go to green. And I'm using the letters that I have here, and when I'm doing this, I'm going to start to make my letters a little bit more I'm going to get them a little bit thicker so that they stand out. I have them all centered. I have filled up the page, and I am now making my letters consistent. So that's on that line. Okay, so if we start this again, can you see his one? No. All right, so I was doing Jacori's right now, and I made it really tall. And Jacori's he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. The I is going to be weird because it's a smaller letter, but we started with setting the C in here, and I'm going to have to make them skinny so that they all fit. And I can see where I'm starting to line these up a little bit. I don't know if you can see this mess here, but I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to put that J. So it's a little bit on that side. It's a little bit on the messy side. But I can finally pick the good line that I want to use and start to darken it up. With the O, it's kind of the same thing. I need to pick the good line and start to get this darker. Oh my God, I hate that my hand gets in there and pulls that all out of focus. So right now I'm gonna get that. And then I can start to work on my backgrounds and start to hide the rest of these letters and tighten everything up. So I'm gonna go over all of this. Start to get my letters consistent. They're all the same size, they are centered, and they fill up the page. So now I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna get all that stuff working. Okay, does anybody have any questions about what we got going on? All right, I'm gonna pop that up on YouTube and it'll be